Good afternoon. Here is the national news from our studio BGI TV, Baba Bagere Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Moriwe Rabidalawan. First are the major headlines for the national news. Confessed killer made of Igbeneghu's mother, 4 accomplices remanded in prison. Sylvester Oromoni, Lagos government clears 5 Dowen College students, staff. Magodo, drama as police drafted from Abuja defy Sanwo-Olu's order to quit. Magodo story, why Sanwo-Olu shouldn't have openly confronted CSP deployed by Malami, IGP said. 3 15-year-old suspected biosecurities hypnotized teenage girl attempts ritual killing. Now the news in details. Suspected killer of former Governor Lucky Igbeneghu's mother, Mrs. Maria Igbeneghu, Dominion Okoro, and accomplices were on Tuesday remanded in Edo State Correctional Center by a Benin High Court. The accomplices are Patience Okoro, 39, Francis Taga, 51, Ezekiel Denjuma, 24, and Abraham Kuje. Justice Efe Ipomuwa remanded the accused persons in Correctional Center pending the advice from the Director of Public Prosecution of the State Ministry of Justice. Earlier, the prosecutor, CSP Peter Ogumba, told the court that the suspects were charged with murder, accessory to murder, negligent acts, causing harm, and robbery, among other offenses. He said the suspects were arrested on December 3rd, 10th, and 13th in Benin, Edo State, Aba in Abia State, and Ikom in Cross River State, respectively. The prosecutor further told the court that the prime suspect, Okoro, equipped to the deceased, on December 2nd in Ugo, GRA, Benin, killed and stole 100,000 naira, a golden wristwatch and necklace, and absconded. The Lagos State government has cleared 5 students and 5 employees of Dowen College accused of complicity in the death of 12-year-old Sylvester Oromoni. The state cleared them as well as the school following the legal advice of the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, Ms. Adetutu Oshinusi. Channel Television obtained a copy of the legal advice, which was addressed to the Deputy Commissioner of Police, State's Criminal Investigation Department, SCID, and the trial magistrate, Magistrate Olatubosun Adeola. According to the advice, the interim and final autopsy report issued by the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital and toxicology report of post-mortem samples and that of the Central Hospital were in agreement as to the cause of death, namely septicemia, lobophenomia, and acute pyrotomesis of right ankle and acute bacterial phenomenon due to severe sepsis. The result of the toxicology is also not indicative of any toxic or poisonous substance in the body of the deceased. The DPP's legal advice, therefore, concluded that based on these findings, there is no prima facie case of murder, involuntary manslaughter, and or malicious administering of poison with intent to harm against the 5 students, Favor Benjamin, age 16, Michael Kashamu, 15, Edward Bagwe, 16, Ansel Temile, 14, and Kenneth Ian, 15. The state also cleared the minors of belonging to unlawful society due to insufficient facts to establish the offense. To hold otherwise would amount to sniffing for an offense and a speculative act which is not permitted in law. It is the tried law that suspicion, no matter how grave, cannot be a ground for conviction. The state also cleared the school and 5 employees, Selina Udwak, Valentine Igbokweze, Ahmed Ayomo Bariu, Adesoya Olusegun, and 1 Adeyemi of the offense of negligent act causing harm, contrary to Section 252 of the criminal law. The state therefore directed that all the suspects should be released if they are still in custody. Despite Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's directive to arm policemen to vacate the Magodo Phase 2 estate area of the state, yesterday, an anonymous Chief Superintendent of Police, CSP, who led the police team defied the order. The CSP claimed that they were in the estate on instruction of the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Usman Baba Al-Kali, through the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Abubakar Malami San, and has not been directed to leave. The governor's intervention came when he paid an unscheduled visit to the estate yesterday following the fresh protest by residents over large presence of armed policemen in the estate. Sanwo-Olu was accompanied on the visit by the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Moyosore Oni Banjo, Assistant Inspector General of Police, and Commissioner of Police Lagos State, Akim Odumosu, among others. It will be recalled that on Tuesday, December 24, 2021, some persons described as miscreants acting on the directive of document creditor Adebayo Adeyiga and court bailiffs allegedly invaded the estate with the aim of taking over the land and property of residents, following purported court orders ceding the land to Adeyiga. Consequently, again yesterday, executives of the Magodo Resident Association (MRA) ordered the two main gates leading into the estate shut in order to prevent any form of invasion. However, during the few hours of disturbance, residents and other people were allowed to go out of the estate but were prevented from re-entering the estate. Protesting residents displayed placards of various inscriptions to express their displeasure. They queried the presence of the policemen who were said to have been in the estate since last month.
No, which you don't even know anything about. It's not investigative. It's a case between the supposed people and the government. It has nothing to do with the residents. Please, can you call your superior in Abuja that you need to deactivate, you need to meet Lagos? Please. Can you call your superior in Abuja and tell them that the governor is here and I'm the chief security officer and that you don't have any business to be in my state right now and that I want you to disengage
Sure, sir.
Thank you very much.
Up, Governor. Number one.
My own order. That's why I'm asking you to make a phone call and tell them, your superior, that I'm here standing in front of you. Make that phone call.
Thank you, sir. I'm here on instruction of this Mr. of Police to the AGF, sir. And that is why I'm here. I'm too small or too low to call them. Your Excellency, sir, with due respect, sir, you can call them directly, sir.
So that who is your superior? So Inspector General also asked you to come.
I'm here on instruction of Inspector General of Police to the AGF. Attorney General of Police.
I have spoken to the Attorney General this moment,
okay.
So he's not aware that you are here.
But we're expecting the call that we should disengage.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yes, sir.
Because when I make the phone call, it will be tougher. If you can call and say that the governor is here in front of you, what should you do?
It is not my duty to call because I'm too low to do that, sir.
Okay.
If you call...
So where are your men?
My men are here. They are all over the estate.
How many men do you have here?
I have several of them, sir.
No, what number?
I cannot precisely tell you the number.
So even if anything happens to your men, you don't even know the number of men?
I know the number of my men I have.
So what is the number?
We sought for some other people to join
What
us
is
now.
the number that you have here?
I'm sorry, sir. Your Excellency.
So you cannot even do an head count of the number you
For
brought?
the security purpose, I cannot say this is the figure, sir.
So you don't know the number of men?
I
that you
know
have
the
brought?
number, but for security purpose, I cannot say this is the figure, sir.
So you know I'm the one talking to you?
Yes,
you say
sir.
you're an assistant inspector, assistant, what is it?
I'm a chief superintendent of police.
Oh, CSP?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So pressmen, don't worry. I'll make 2 phone calls, right? One to the Inspector General of Police, yes, and one to the Attorney General of Police, Attorney of the Federation. I have spoken with him this morning and says he knows nothing about the fact that he is still here. Very illegal operation. They have absolutely nothing, and I'm the chief security of the state. Not even with the Inspector General of Police.
A senior advocate of Nigeria, Sanwo-Olu Adegborua, has said that Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu should not have openly confronted a chief of police at the Magodo Phase 2 estate area of the state because of constitutional limitations. According to the senior lawyer, the encounter between the governor and the police officer was a clarion call to the need for restructuring and state policing. The Punch had earlier reported that the CSP Abimbola Oyewole on Tuesday openly defied Sanwo-Olu's order to vacate Magodo Phase 2 estate. The CSP told the governor that he and his armed colleagues were at the estate under orders of the Inspector General of Police Usman Baba, as well as the Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami San. Sanwo-Olu had led members of his cabinet to visit the residence, protesting the continuous presence of armed policemen in the estate. For days, policemen besieged the estate in the company of suspected land grabbers and members of her family who had planned to demolish property and the Choice Estate to execute a Supreme Court judgment. The development caused commotion at the estate as landlords and tenants panic over their fate. Addressing the CSP before journalists, Sanwo-Olu said, "Can you call your superiors in Abuja and tell them that the governor is here? And as the chief security officer, you do not have any business being in my state right now, and that I want you to disengage right now." Still watching the national news from BGI TV, and the last one to come, the Bayelsa State Police Command has arrested 3 teenagers for allegedly attempted ritual killing. The State Police Public Relations Officer, SP, Asinim Botswat, in a statement on Tuesday, said the suspects were nabbed with the collaboration of youths in the Shagbama local government area. The suspects were identified as Emomotimi, Perebi, and Eke. The suspects are 15 years old. The statement said they allegedly accosted one Comforts, female 13 years old, hypnotized her to follow them to the apartment of Emomotimi in Shagbama community, cut her fingers and sprinkled the blood on the mirror for ritual purposes. Vigilant youth noticed the suspicious movement of the suspect and raised the alarm. The suspect was subsequently arrested and some substances suspected to be charms were recovered from them. The suspects have confessed to the crime. The victim was rescued and brought to a hospital for medical attention. The suspects have been transferred to the anti-kidnapping unit for discreet investigation. That was the national news from BGI TV. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines once again. Confessed killer made of Igbeneghu's murder, 4 accomplices remanded in prison. Sylvester Oromoni, Lagos government declares 5 Dowen College students, staff. We also brought to you Magodo, drama as police drafted from Abuja defy Sanwo-Olu's order to quit. Also, still Magodo story, why Sanwo-Olu shouldn't have openly confronted CSP deployed by Malami IGP Sir. 3 15-year-olds suspected by Elsa qualities hypnotized teenage girl attempts ritual killing. You can watch more of our broadcasts through YouTube by Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates as well. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placements, coverage of events and function, the following number on your screen is the number to dial. I am yours faithfully, Mo Riri Rebi Lalawa. Good afternoon.